इतनी नॉन इन्वेंटिव रीमेक्स देखने के बाद आप सबका विश्वास तो उठ ही गया होगा रीमेक्स के ऊपर से। पर अजय देवगन के भोला ने ट्रेलर में एक नई सेटिंग और एक अनोखी प्रेजेंटेशन से हम सबके एक्सपेक्टेशंस बढ़ा दिए थे। तो क्या ये मूवी उन एक्सपेक्टेशंस पर खरी उतरती है? आइए जानते हैं। Hello Cinefam and welcome to my review of Bhola. For me, this film was quite inventive in many ways, unlike the many other remakes we have seen in recent times. For the unversed, Bhola is an official remake of the Tamil film Kaithi, so comparisons with the original are bound to happen. But just in case you didn't know that such a film existed, then you need to know that the source material of Kaithi comes from the 1997 film Con Air starring Nicolas Cage. I saw it as soon as I heard that Kathy was somewhat a ripoff of it, and apart from the opening, ending, and a few other scenes, I didn't like the movie as a whole. And if you have seen Kathy or even Bhola, then I think Con Air would get boring for you, especially during the airplane fighting sequences and most of the middle parts. So now you know that even Kathy was not completely original. It draws its inspiration from Con Air, but why Kathy was a better film than even the original one is because of the brilliant understanding and mastery that Lokesh possesses in his version of telling this crime thriller. He provides humane heroes, menacing villains, apt settings, and of course chest thumping moments. In short, he is a certified crowd puller. Coming back to Bhola and Ajay Devgan's direction style, we have seen in his previous directorial ventures where he likes to present his heroes in a larger than life role. Similarly, in Bhola, we have a hero who almost possesses supernatural abilities to kill 70 people at once, what we actually call a one man army. There's also some distinctively stylized action set pieces that are seen in Ajay Devgan films, and all this somehow matches his persona and he's able to pull that off. So now for a change, let's start with the flaws in Bhola. Number 1, the writing. It's unnerving to see Ajay failing at his directorial ventures constantly due to poor writing. In Bhola, tension lacks at the most prominent moments, like the one where Ashwathama climbs up the police station building, and even when numerous villains come together to beat an unbeatable hero. Yes, we know that he will kill everyone, especially after the voiceover by Makran Deshpande. Also, the bad guys altogether don't come off as strong as Bhola somehow, and I would call that nothing but bad writing. I have no problem with the hero being strong, but make the villain strong and hard to beat too. Killing them shouldn't be a cakewalk for the hero, but it certainly looks like that in Bhola. It suits Ajay's persona, but surely makes him less human, thus making the story predictable. Number 2, unnecessary songs. I found the two songs in the film quite unnecessary. I don't understand what was the need of the Pandukaniya song in the beginning, followed by the insanely hilarious action scene by Deepak Dobriyal. Yes, I found it funny, and I know that it was supposed to be establishing how menacing this man is. Obviously, after that, he came back on track with his skills to impress. After all, we know what he's capable of. I also wondered at the abrupt ending of the song and the very sudden transformation to a phone call with Gajraj Rao. पानदुकनिया looked like it was just there to justify the backdrop of UP. मतलब UP का setting हुआ नहीं कि there has to be an item song with loads of lustful men. Anyways, the next romantic song नजर लग जाएगी sounds well but is again a needless track, doesn't add any emotional or romantic value to the plot. इसके बिना भी बहुत अच्छे से काम चल सकता था, but the certain kind of stoic that Ajay is on screen, he probably wanted not to do so much hard work in telling emotional stories like Karthi. Number 3, technical hits and misses. I think this is going to be an unpopular opinion because everyone has been busy praising Ajay's directorial ventures for their technical finesse. But weren't we all awkward after seeing the mediocre special effects in the film, which could have generated whistle-worthy moments if done right? I feel that's also the reason why the gravity-defying high-octane action had several hits and misses in the film. Anyways, Kathy, as we all know, is a superior film to Bhola and is also a very different film. Yes, for me, both are very different in their style and storytelling, but that doesn't mean that I'm undermining anything that Bhola does. And that's because I like remakes that take another route and not blindly follow the original source material, and Bhola is a good attempt at being a massy and entertaining remake. So come, let's know everything that's good about it. Number 1, not your regular remake. One of the best creative choices to be made by Ajay Devgan for Bhola was to not take the conventional route of remaking, that is scene to scene pasting of the original. Some changes are misfits, some work really well for the plot, but more importantly, these changes ensured a real entertaining product that takes the source material towards a new and different direction in order to set foot in a larger world of crime and gore. Number 2, not all changes from Kaithi worked, but Tabu did. Tabu added the much needed feminine power and perspective required in the male dominated plot, प्लस अपनी एक्टिंग स्किल्स के साथ साथ एक्शन करते हुए भी इम्प्रेस किया उन्होंने. आई एम ग्लैड दैट अजय took this creative decision too to replace Kathy's Bijoy with Dinah and Bhola, which ensured wide representation also. Number 3, BGM and acting. रवि बसरूर का जो बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक हमें सुनने को मिलता है दैट्स प्रीटी डिसेंट. मतलब सीन को एलिवेट करना जो उसका काम है it does that. Of course still not at the level of Karthi, but it works for the current product. Moving on to performances, Deepak Dobriyal is exceptional as always, but I still prefer Arjun Das's portrayal any day. Ajay Devgan has excelled himself as a director. As an actor, he's still the same old, nothing new, just a lot more impressive and massy action. Tabu as always impresses. Gajraj Rao is brilliant and his Tamilian accent is on point, doesn't come off as caricaturish at all. Number 4, the cameo. Honestly, the cameo was too short to be declared as good or bad, but what it does is it serves its own purpose, that is to arouse further interest in the larger world that Bhola is just the beginning of. And the last thing I liked about the film was the color grading and the cinematography. The blue color lighting in most of the film was a clever choice which is usually used to heighten suspense in crime thrillers. Similarly, here, apart from the suspense, there's also a mystical feeling associated with the lighting, justifying the title of the film. And as I said before, I like the shots, slow-mos, and mostly great work has been done by the DOP. That was all the good about Bhola, and I'd like to call it a good inventive remake, which was probably possible due to the vision and dedication of a creator like Ajay Devgan, who possesses great passion in filmmaking to set a benchmark for commercial films. Looking forward to his incoming ventures, where I'm hopeful of seeing even better products. That was it. Do let me know about your thoughts on the film. Please do the needful, and thanks to each one of you for watching this. Keep supporting, and I'll see you soon in another review.